Alright everybody, welcome back to some more Pokemon Crystal. It is I, Xilestar, and today we're hopefully going to do 8 videos. I'm hoping. So I apologize for the last time. Apparently I'm a lot better now where I barely cough anymore, so that's a good sign. But one thing is that I am currently uploading stuff, and for some reason either my internet or something's weird, in which that it's very, very slow for me. So I have to kind of keep an eye on it right now, because right now a video is not doing what I want it to do. So I'm going to try and keep my eye on it as much as possible. So if I seem distracted, it's probably because I'm looking at it. And yeah, so let's go and continue onward with what we were doing. I don't remember what we were doing now. Oh, right. Yeah, we just finished facing the second gym and everything. So that's good. I just want Entree here to be level 20. Did I face you by chance? No. I just want to face trainers, please. I know there are some trainers in which that they only get activated, or they look like they only get activated when you talk to them. And it's not like, oh, you're thinking of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. It's not that. It's like some Pokemon games too. It's like they don't see you for some odd reason. Anyway. Back to what we were talking about the last time we were playing. Oh, wait, yeah, that's right. I haven't done that thing yet. Huh. Maybe I could end it off with that. Nah, maybe not. Is that I did take a look at that, that Pokemon thing. What was it? Was it Pokemon Talk or some... I don't know what they call it. Yeah, I don't know what they call it. Pokemon Showcase? I have no freaking idea what they call it. Anyway. Maybe I can get to it quickly. Come on, get over here. No, what is it? Pokemon Presents. Sorry, my bad. I couldn't remember what it was called. Anyway, so I did watch the video. I think me and a friend were just making fun of it. Just for fun. One of the points, no spoilers, but like a mask gets dropped, and then we were like, what's the reveal? And then they're like, oh, here's the next DLC. And it's like, oh, come on, you don't show what happened to it? It's just so funny. And I think at one point, my friend's like, you know, the weird thing is that we haven't done anything, like, none of these... Like, all of these locations, or all of this DLC pretty much tells us is that we're going to a different location. None of it says that we're going back to Area 0. And I thought that was a really interesting point, because they make it sound like, oh yeah, you're going to you're going to a different island. It's like, okay, but what about Area 0? This is supposed to be, like, the treasures of Area 0. Yeah, we're taking you to a different island. Oh, okay. And then the last one is, like, you get onto, like, a base or something like that. It's like, okay, are we going to Area 0? Like, at what point do we just go to Area 0? And it's like, yeah, I don't think we're going to Area 0. So I was just like, oh, that's not good. Oh, this guy's gone. That's interesting. Maybe he only shows up at night. It's pretty afternoon, so, eh. Oh man, no, stop. This is annoying. I just want to face trainers, man. Just want to make sure that I faced all the trainers here. Okay. Okay, I already faced you. I don't even remember my hotkey for speed up, so sorry. I have no idea what it's doing. Lately, it's been weird. Like for uploading and stuff. And I don't know how to explain it, but I'm going to try my best. So, when I upload one video, it's fine. It works just as intended. But when I start going towards the second video, it's weird because it won't load the thumbnail, but everything else will be fine. And I'm just like, okay, but why is this one... like, I understand, though, that, like, the second one would have a little bit of a problem because you're still uploading the first video, but, like, not this big of a problem. Before... okay, so how I upload is that I upload 3 days worth of videos at a time, which that's 6 videos in total. I never had a problem uploading. It's only when we get towards the completes that's where it gets sort of worse. But then again, those are like hour, 2 hour, maybe even 3 hour worth of footage kind of thing being uploaded. So I can understand why those would be bad or why those would take a longer time, but not like 16-minute videos. Like that doesn't make any sense. And this last one here just looks like it's just as bad. I might have to redo the upload. But that also means I have to redo the other 3, so I'm just going to wait till the other 3 get uploaded, and I want to see if this one will sort of just finish off on its own. Yes, there's only 4 being up now, because today I had to upload a video, so either way, it's... you guys are still getting to 6, but like... And I like to record all this, not record, I like to upload all of the 6 all at once, kind of thing. So though I know that I'm covered for 3 days... which is not a good idea, but still, like, for me, it's a great idea, because then at the very least, I know that you guys have, like, you know, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday all done kind of situation. So that way, though, like, if I can't record, let's say, on Monday, Tuesday, not like Sunday, Monday, and then Tuesday, it's like, I don't have to worry about it. It's like, you guys already got those videos out. And it's just Wednesday I have to stress about it. And I've also changed how I edit videos now, which is awesome. It helps me out so much. Oh my word. So how I used to do it is I used to eyeball it. Well, I used to use, well, I still do technically. I use a Windows to kind of, to check the properties of the video file in order to get the duration. Like even here I can use OBS to kind of show me exactly how long I've been recording for, but I use the properties in a way to do the same exact thing. And then through the properties, I grab however long the video is. Then I use a calculator to find out how many in terms of seconds each and every video needs. I'm just leveling up to level 20, so sorry about that. And if I could speed it up, I would, but I don't remember my hotkey for it. So then through that, I go through my editing program, and I go and I change the little bar slider to where it is, and then I cut it from there, and then so you guys get the shorter end, whereas the longer end gets technically deleted. But it still gets saved for undo and stuff like that, so that when it's done rendering, I just hit undo, grab the chunk that just got rendered, move it a little bit so so that the program knows, hey, he's targeting that, and then I just hit delete, and then I drag the other one, and I drag it all the way down. And then sometimes, depending on how long I've been recording for, I don't need to touch anything. I just need to hit the cut thing, and then delete the bigger part, and then done. Now what I do is I do something different. Very, very little. So I still do the same old shenanigans. Don't get me wrong. It's still there. The difference is that before I hit, like, instead of hitting render, I hit to save the project itself. So what that ends up doing for me is that it actually helps me out more often than not, because I remember twice, I think it was, was it 3 times, I think, that this happened? I definitely know twice. I definitely know once, and I was so angry at it, because I wasted so much time, which was Knights of the Nine Revelations mod playthrough, or Revelation mod playthrough. I don't really care. I think Revelations, like, rolls right off the tongue, so that's probably why I keep saying it that way. But that Oblivion mod playthrough took the longest to render. It is a 7-hour long period of 28 videos. You might be asking yourself, well, how long did it take you to go and do it? Like, it doesn't make much sense. Well, I'm going to tell you this. When you make such a small bit of an error as when you're halfway or a little bit more than halfway, I think I was like episode 16 and 22, I think, at some points, where I would realize that I'm about 1 second off for some odd reason from having the total that I would need. And by the way, Oblivion takes about half an hour to render. So that's like 8 to about like 10 hours being wasted. And that happened twice. So if I would have come up with this system way early on during my like early YouTube kind of thing, I probably wouldn't have those issues at all. And I think it happened one time on Diablo where I think I was like a minute off and I didn't understand how I was a minute off or something like that. It was either a minute or it was like a second off, and I was like, what the heck is going on here? Like, I have no idea what's going on right now. Just gonna heal real quick. Yeah, can you just take my Pokemon, please? Okay, the other 3 are almost done. Okay. Good. Okay. Actually, I should probably keep it on this screen so I can actually see when they're done. Anyway, yeah, so that happened, and I was so angry at the fact that, like, they were, like, it was done that way. Like, when I first found out that I could do that, because I think I was experimenting with sessions, I think it was a few months ago, I was like, there's got to be a better way of doing this, because it's so bad. Because what I do now is that I can remote into my computer, like on my phone kind of thing. And that's exactly what I do, is that I do all my editing that way. And I was like, there's got to be an easier way than my old way of doing things. So now, all it is that I load the project, or I load the file, and I just hit render. And the file is already named in a way that it's easy for me to know what it is, or I know what it is. I think I have O for Oblivion, I have PC for Pokemon Crystal, and I have and then for, I think Pixelmon was just P, and for Circuitcraft I have S. It's getting the Leer twice. I didn't realize Bite would do that little. Water is a special move, so Leer didn't do anything. But this is a physical move, though. Isn't the last one Zubat? Yep. Yeah, so the one thing I haven't done, and I'll need to do it at some point, is get the Mew. I haven't gotten it yet. I've just been too distant from everything in order to go and do it. Oh no, we got confusion now. Please land. Entree, just land. No! Don't tell me we need to be higher level. Come on, Entree. Seriously? Ugh. Oh, it won't let me use it? Sure. Not like it's gonna do anything. Just so I can waste a turn, because... these definitely aren't gonna be doing anything. Sure, we'll use X accuracy, because why not? That's so dumb. Come on. Ugh. Entree, seriously? You couldn't just land a bite and just end it? Well, there's our first loss. That's dumb. Oh, I found the button for that speed up. Alright. Let's speed up the first part, then. There we go. Alright. Now we're back to this. I think for the crocodile part, we'll just speed it up, too. So this was only one... this was one shot, I think, right? Yeah, it was the crocodile one that took a while. So... okay. There you go. We'll speed it up a little bit. Okay. We'll go 2. Ooh, he didn't use Leer this time. And he got a crit? Come on, bro. That's not even fair. Come on. I should do at least half. Yeah. Ooh, I got a critical hit that time. Yay. Don't do a lot of damage, please. I did 3. That's funny. Did only 3 damage. Nice. Okay. Entree. Please hit. Either please hit or get a crit. Or just flinch it in general. That's just as good. There we go. Roar. That's pretty cool. You may have won the first time because of Entree being dumb. But don't worry. We are just as good. Yeah, I'm just gonna go heal though. Okay, so last time I think that I was recording, I was talking about something that I wanted to do specifically for my Oblivion mod, which was that I wanted to add a few things and such. Now, I did upload that part, so don't worry. It's already, like, I did upload I didn't upload it. I recorded it. Sorry. So I recorded myself playing Oblivion recently, so don't worry. Like, that part of the channel is already well aware of the plans that I have for it. However, the difference is that right now I need to do a lot of work, and I found an error which was very interesting, which I want to talk about because it was actually very strange that it happened. Like, it was very strange of how it happened, and it didn't break anything else. So I was very confused. So, okay, so how I was able to do it was that because I was copying from 2 DLCs, I knew that I was going to need the DLC files. So what I did is that I grabbed the original files itself. So I grabbed the original sort of like the storage files pretty much of the mods or the DLC itself. And all I did was that I copied them so that I would still have the original, but I would need these new versions so that I could do whatever I really needed to. Did I click Ember or Roar? Oh, I clicked Roar. Yay. Anyway, so that's pretty much what happened with... pretty much the error that happened was that when I was doing one of them, it apparently didn't do what it was supposed to do, which was change a few things so that it would fit both, like, so though I wouldn't interfere with the DLC. So instead what it did was that it still allowed me to interfere with the DLC, which was very strange that it would even give me that option. Alright, so shortly it's going to be processing those 3, which is great, because that means that I can just do the last one. Okay, are you going to be done yet? No? Refresh. Yes, sleep page. Should be fine. What? That's weird. Why did it do that? Yep, okay. Yeah, and we want scheduled. We want it to be scheduled for tomorrow. Yeah, where's the timetable that I need? There we go. Now it should be instantaneous. There we go. Wait, I just need to double check something. I did pick the right date, right? Yes, I did. Okay, good. Whew, okay, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. Oh, I didn't give my centret cut yet. So yeah, so it came up with like a weird what is it? Like it spawned like a weird like lighting glitch area thing. Because what it was trying to do was that it was merging both of the cells, so both from like my mod and from the DLC, it was merging them together, which just created like a giant light mess, and it looked like, and it made Oblivion look like it was an older game, and I was just so creepy. It was just so creepy just to see it, and I was like, ugh. Like, what the heck is going on here? Like, this doesn't look like Oblivion at all. This just looks like a older game. I'm trying to remember a game that I saw, and it looked similar to it. And my brain just can't wrap around it. Oh, and how I know that they were merged was that on my version, I deleted all of the NPCs, because I don't want to have NPCs on my mod just yet. So when I saw the NPCs, that took me aback, and I was like, wait, why are you guys here? I thought I deleted you. And then while the game was still loaded, I looked into the mod just to take a look and see if I was indeed correct. I did delete them. And when I did see that I deleted them. So I was really confused. I was like, yeah, they're not in here. So why are you guys here? That is weird. So I was like, that's just very weird, but I don't really care that much. So what I did is that I tried to figure out what it was, and then I thought of an idea, because apparently I was able to compare both of them, and for some odd reason, when I looked at both the DLC and my mod, the locations had the same form ID. Which pretty much is just coder speak for, like, that's what the location's ID is. So pretty much I was like, okay, so pretty much what you're telling me is I need to change this. And I'm like, I have no idea how to change this. So I just so happened to right click on my location to see if I could change it. And it says, oh, look at here. It says you can change the form ID. So I'm like, I'm going to do a big brain move, and I'm going to duplicate the cell, which should automatically generate a random form ID that'll work with my mod, and do it. But I wouldn't save the duplicate cells because I wouldn't need to. I just need their form IDs. So that's exactly what I did. I grabbed their form IDs, I put it on a text document so that I would remember them for each and every cell, and then what I did after that is I just used these cells. I used the new cells form ID, and lo and behold, it didn't fix it. So I don't know what happened, but what I have a feeling is that there's like an ID that's hidden that no program can look at for some maybe, and that code is what governs what sells what. So am I defeated? Can I not put that area in? Well, no. I was able to do it, but this time I had to reverse my big brain move kind of thing. So I had to duplicate the cells again. Remember, I didn't save it before, so I had to duplicate them again. And then after I duplicated them a second time, I actually kept the duplicates. And then all I did is that, because when you duplicate a cell, it copies everything but the light levels of the location itself. So what I had to do is that I had to go and make the light levels back to what they should be, pretty much. And then something weird happened where it took two cells, or it took the cell of the DLC area and it took a cell from way further on in the main game, or the main quest kind of thing, and it tried to merge them together. It's a weird thing that happened. I mean, I deleted the thing that shouldn't be there, but still, like, it was just odd that I saw it there. Because I know one of them had, like, a creature, and when I saw the creature out into the DLC area, I was like, that's not supposed to be there. So I was very confused of why I saw it there. So what I did is that I deleted it, and I was like, what? And I was looking through the what populates the cell, and then I was like, that doesn't make any sense. So then I double clicked it, and then I'm in a whole different area. I was like, what the heck is going on here? So those three cells apparently merged with a DLC location. Believe me, when I duplicated the cells and before I did the whole light level thing, I checked to see if they would actually have a problem. And I noticed that it said like 3 main quest locations were compromised, and I was like, that's weird. But that's just it probably being very confused. So I didn't bother. And then after that, I deleted those 3 extra things that it added. And then I deleted the 3 original cells after I renamed them, so that I could rename the duplicates into what I would to what I had the original 3 being, and then it was completely fine. And another thing that's actually very interesting of what happened is that like if you would enter from the DLC location and go into it a little bit further, so you go past a door. The weird thing is that, like, once you go back through the other door, so once you pretty much head back, because let's say you forgot your toast or something like that, you would end up in my location. So that was very confusing. So I was like, okay, this is weird. What's going on here? So, yeah, so as soon as I figured out what was going on, I was able to fix it, so, yeah. What's the other thing that I had, too? Oh, right, because one of them, you have to buy upgrades for. Well, technically you have to buy upgrades for both, but one of them's more NPC-focused. So you just buy people to populate the area, whereas the other one is just to actually buy furniture. So the one you actually have to buy furniture for, well, guess what? Those are initially disabled. So what I have to do is I have to go back and make those initially disabled furniture enabled. So, hooray. So, that's exactly what I had to do. And that's currently what I am doing. But I'm not like doing it all at once and then being so tired and it's like I don't want to work on this anymore. I'm doing it one cell at a time. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday I did 2 because one is a smaller cell, so you might as well just do it. Get it out of here kind of situation. But I did one of the main areas, and now later on today, I have to do another main area, and then tomorrow, finish it off, and then it's all done. One area is 4, I believe. Actually, I think they're both 4 areas. And then one of the plans that I have is that I'm hoping that I can minimize the amount of cells that are in my mod. I know one of them potentially might be possible. And the other one, not as much. Because one of them I think is like it has to be different areas because of the fact of what they are. Yeah, and I think one of them I can I can definitely do it. It's not that big of a deal, but it's still going to be very much of a challenge to kind of do. But I can definitely fix up most of the areas, so that's good. I came up with an idea sometime last week after I recorded the last session kind of thing, of where I wanted some things to be unique, where I was going to come up. Well, I say come up, I mean I'm going to try and find a way to... because I want to have each and every area to have sort of a few things that you can access only in that area, and other ones that are like, okay, you can access it in 2 areas because it makes sense, or it fits the theme, or something like that. But I also want to have a few things that are like, okay, so we need to have this item here and this item here, just so that like it helps populate the area kind of thing. And while this is just something I thought of, I think earlier today, it's not going to be confirmed, but I will be doing my best to trying to see if I can actually get it done. So if you know, one of the DLCs is mostly a cave. So what my thinking is, or what I'm trying to hope that I can end up doing, is that I can put, or I can use the textures that are in another mod in order to sort of help populate that area so that it looks a lot better. So that instead of having like an area that just looks so bland and looks like gray with green or whatever you call a normal not Minecraft cave, an Oblivion cave look kind of thing, I would have a different color for mine because I think it would be pretty cool. And if you've ever seen the Warlock caves, or the caves from the Lost Spires, or at least from the spires themselves, those look very much, well, beautiful. And I want to see if I can end up using those in terms of just changing the way that the cave walls look. Because instead, if you have that grayish and it's like, it doesn't really look that great, I think the blue would look a lot better. And plus, because it's supposed to be like a cove area, I think. It's supposed to be like a cove with water kind of thing. I think it would look very, very, very good. So I think that it would be a wonderful idea for us to have that sort of... like a bluish thing to it. Although it does look like, though, that they keep trying to favor Lost Spires objects than anything else, because Lost Spires does give you a lot of cool artifacts. And it does give you a lot of cool textures and things that you can use, so I want to use them. And I think that the caves look amazing. And because they look amazing, I want to use them. but like just because like they look amazing, I don't. But then again, I don't know how the full extent of their sort of textures goes. And that's the thing that I'm having a problem with. Is that if it, like, let's say it works for every cave tile but one. It's like, do I want it or do I not want it now? Because it works for all the cave tiles but one of them. So it's like, do I want to use it? Do I not want to use it? I don't think I want to use it then. So that's kind of like where my mind goes. But again, if it goes the way that I want it to, then yeah, I'll definitely use them. Because I think that the blue in it would look amazing. And plus of where the location is, I think that the way that they... not that they edited it, but the way that they textured the rocks actually looks really, really good. Because they made it like a... If you've seen... what's the block name in Minecraft? It's like the mud kind of color, I think? Or the mud texture, like that kind of like grayish kind of thing. That's exactly like the dark gray kind of thing. That's exactly what it looks like. And I think that that would be perfect because it means that the soil is saturated with water, which it should because it's close to the water on one's, like, literally on almost all of it. I just kind of wish, though, that it was a part of the original DLC that they had these textures, because I think it would look amazing. And oddly enough, if you actually look online for people that have edited these DLCs, you find more from the Vile Lair DLC than the Thieves' Den DLC, which is very interesting. Because I find that the Thieves' Den is just missing a few objects that make it better. Or that make it more, how do you call it? Or like that makes it more like cool looking kind of thing. Whereas for Vile Lair, I think Vile Lair looks good vanilla, but I did see two different versions of somebody trying their best to sort of edit it to make it look good. Or to change it so that it fits what they want. One of them looks incredibly well. I'll definitely recommend that one. If you want a good reward kind of situation, it's there. It's there, 100%. The other one that I think I saw, it's not to say that it's bad. It's just to say that it just wasn't what I was expecting when somebody's like, oh yeah, I changed it so it looks a lot better. It's like, okay, and then, or changed it to fit like what I would like for it, and it's like, okay, then you look, it's like, okay, what's different? I think the only thing that was new was the fact that like there was like a Night Mother statue that teleported you to Sanctuary. I think that was the only change that was like dramatic kind of situation where it was like the only one that you would go, okay, that's different. Other than that, yeah, there was nothing really too much else there. Other than the changing of the shrine area, I think. Other than that, yeah, there was nothing else. The only other thing that was actually, like, I still say the other one was really good. And the weird thing is that I already had it, and then these two, like, there was... Okay, so there was only like 3 Vile Lair DLC mods that I got. There was one that, not to say change anything, it just added an extra room. Because they thought that the Vile Lair didn't have like an area for your companions kind of thing. So that's exactly what they did, is that they added like a companion location. And the area didn't really fit the aesthetic of the lair, so I was like, if it fits what you want for your lair, that's fine, but it doesn't fit what I want, which is that I want to still keep the original aesthetic of the lair. So I was like, No, I'm gonna go and I'm not gonna go use this version. And then for the Thieves Den DLC, there's like nothing. I literally searched for the Thieves Den and Dunbarrow Cove, I think, or something like that. Nothing. There was like 1 or 2 mods. That was it, and I was just like, is there anything good? And then one of them, I don't know if you want to call it false advertising. I mean, it was false advertising for me. Was that they had like an area in which you could store keys, which I thought was a really cool idea. Except for the fact that it doesn't work that way. You actually have to individually put keys that way, and I'm like, no, bye. So I was like, that's not what I wanted. And I'm like, goodbye. I don't want to deal with you anymore. And I'm trying to remember if there was anything else. Yeah, I think for Vile Lair there was many good ones. I mean, if I wanted to use the one that I really liked, there would be like 20 cells pretty much, and I'd be like so bummed out at the end. I'd be like, guys, I don't feel like going on with this. Like, I'm done. And plus there's more NPCs, I think. I think there's like 1 or 2 extra NPCs than the original DLC. Which, don't get me wrong, that's a good sign, but that's not really what you want to do. Or that's not really something you want to... I went over 1. Thank God, Flash missed. Remember, that's what I meant to use. Anyway, yeah, so something else that I was thinking of was that I did talk about the castle idea. And one of the things that I was thinking of was to add a small replica of some of the DLC locations. Now, you can't do anything for Deepscorn Hollow and for the Dunbarrow Cove, because those are more like underground or cave kind of places. So there's nothing sort of on the surface, which is very sad. But for the Frostcrag Spire and the what's it called? Brain, catch up, please. Battlehorn, I think. Battlehorn Castle? Like, I was thinking of having, like, a miniature version of those 2 locations themselves. Okay, did I face the lady that was over here? Is she a trainer? Okay. But yeah, but like, I was thinking of the Frostcrag because I like the tower so much that I think it would be a cool little piece that you would put, like, on a desk kind of thing. Similar to how, like, I mean, in Oblivion, how you would put, like, a crystal ball on the desk kind of situation. Again, in Oblivion. Which is why I think that it would be a perfect piece. But I think that it would, like, again, I think it would be a really good idea for me to go do that, because I think it's a great idea. I'm trying to remember, like, and then for Battlehorn Castle, yeah. And then I came up, then last week I came up with an idea of grabbing each and every unique item in Oblivion and the DLCs. Maybe I'll separate the DLCs from the main game. I don't know yet. I'm still in the planning stages of this object kind of thing, so yeah. What I'm thinking of doing is grabbing every unique item in the game and every leveled item, and what I'll do is I'll create a sigil stone, or sort of like an enchantment piece that you can put on any of your weapons or armor, depending on what they are, right? So, like, let's say there's there's a weapon. We'll use Goldbrand, for instance. Let's say you don't like the look of Goldbrand, but you like its enchantments, but you like the look of the silver sword, or the silver longsword, pretty much. Well, now you can merge the two, because now there's going to be a sigil stone with that effect. And I think that would be a wonderful idea. Because not only do you get a sigil stone, which gets you the object that you want, but it's going to have each and every leveled version. And in the title, it's going to have what its level requirement is, pretty much. Now, what I could do is I could have, like, let's say, before you enter that storage area, you would have to click a... Oh, my word. Like, you would have to find, like, you can, like, before you enter the storage area, you have to click, like, a tablet or a button or something like that. And what would happen is that it would... not randomize, but it would check all of the containers, and it would check to see what your level is. So let's say your character is level 4, let's say, and there's one that says like from 4 to 6 kind of thing. So what it would do is that it would take the 1 to 3 out, and it would replace it with the 4 to 6. I think the trick is to make sure that it doesn't try and give you back the 1 to 3 version. That would be the only tricky thing in my opinion, but I'm pretty sure it's possible. But there's also a lot of unique items, and especially towards the leveled items, there's too many. So it's going to be a long time. So that might just be like... So I might just do the sigil stone part. Or the other thing that I was thinking of doing was creating a script in which that it would help you level up your items instead. So let's say you actually get that item at level 1, and then you're like, oh man, I'm level 30, but if only I did this quest at level 50 because I get this better version. You can go to like my base kind of thing, and you can click on something, and then what it will do is that it'll ask you if you want to upgrade that said item. And then what it'll do is that it'll take your original version, and it will give you the higher level version based off of and it'll also take a little bit of gold as well, based off of the value of the original item compared to the new item. Mind you, I think I would rather have it upgrade or upgrade in levels. So like, let's say the level 1 version will upgrade to the level 2 version through the same thing, and then it'll keep doing that kind of thing. Because I think that would be a much better system, in my opinion, because then at the very least, excuse me, we're not like sort of like it's better than the sigil stone, because then at the very least you're still using the main item that it comes from. The difference is that I don't want it to be attached to DLCs, because of the fact that I want it to be able so that though if you have no DLCs installed, you can play it. That's why I've stayed away from Shivering Isles items. Like if you look at every container, like in the CS kind of thing, you'll see though that I've avoided using Shivering Isles items, because that's the main reason why. I want my mod to work with just the base game itself. So though if you have Shivering Isles installed or not, it doesn't matter. It'll still work regardless. But there are some things that I have taken from Shivering Isles though. One is that, well, we won't get to it anytime soon because it's way later on in the game. But the sword that I use for the Dark King is very later on into the Shivering Isles DLC. So we're not going to see its original form for a decent while. But for everything else, yeah, we're going to see that soon. And the other thing that I copied was the Ruin's Edge script, because I wanted to get my own custom enchantments, but I wanted it to use that enchantment because I wanted it to use that script because I thought it would work. Then I found out that it doesn't work the way that I thought it did. So, yay. So instead, I ended up getting help with that just to try and get it to work perfectly fine. So that's great. The second thing, I think there was another one that I copied from Shivering Isles. I'm just not remembering. I don't think so. I don't think I copied anything else from Shivering Isles. I think it's just scripts and stuff like that, maybe. But believe me, there's going to be a lot of things copied from that. One thing I was thinking of was the order crystals. Like, I was thinking of having them protrude from the island itself, just to give it more of shape, and not just shape, but like just overall depth. Like, the crystals are what can make the island float, pretty much, in a sense. Because technically, the island can both float, and it can also like it can float on the water, but it can also float in the air. So I was thinking, though, they're like, oh, I could use this or this kind of situation, so And plus, I can also put the crystals inside of Sanctuary or Lair or something like that. Although, I do have ideas with Lair if I do end up doing that. Because the Lair is supposed to... So pretty much I have each and every location in my mod being sort of like sorted by this. I want to see if I'm saying the word correctly. Is that it? Oh, yeah, okay. So I can use it in a way. I mean, an object or space is used to contain something. I guess, yeah. Technically, if you want to use that loose description of it. So, the word I wanted to use was receptacle, but I didn't know exactly what like, if it was the right word to use. So, according to this, it's fine. But I guess area also makes sense. But I like to use receptacle too. I think it just makes more sense to me for some odd reason. No, because we're not going to use Togepi. Just going to face all the trainers, and then when we have to face Whitney, I'll fully heal everything. And then we'll just start the Togepi. But yeah, so each and every location, or receptacle as I like to call them, will have its own sort of feature, but not really so much as feature, more so just like its own sort of theme. So the main lodge area is just supposed to be for like living quarters, so like something that you would so things that you would find in your own home. Like, you're not gonna find, like, I think the only exception would be the bank. Like, you're not gonna have like an ATM in your house. That's the only thing that would be different. But other than that, yeah, like, obviously your basement's gonna be where you store your stuff. Mind you, I'm also storing my mod stuff down there, so yeah. So technically, like, upstairs is the living, and then downstairs has, like, you know, I think the only thing that's not a part of the living part is the fact that there is no bathroom. But then again, Oblivion houses were never built to have bathrooms in the first place, so yeah. And then Sanctuary is just for companions and anything that can help your companions. and pretty much maybe also features that don't really fit the core the other three pretty much will also go to Sanctuary, because I want, not only do I want to populate it, but I also want it to be as a, so there's a purpose in going there. So that way though, like I could say, hey, there's a reason for me to go to Sanctuary, and that's because of this. One of the planned things that I had was like a birth sign remover. So you can remove the effects of a birth sign, but it doesn't remove it from your status sheet. And have it there. So though, let's say you have both the Mage birth sign and the Atronach birth signs effects. But let's say you want just the Mage birth sign effects. You can get rid of the Atronach ones based off of that shrine itself. Same idea. Like, that's exactly where you would go for that. And you wouldn't find that in any of the other three receptacles, pretty much. That's exactly what I want. I want each and every one of them to have something that's unique, and some things that are shared depending on what they are. So Sanctuary in the main area are going to be sharing the Skull of Therion, I think, because Sanctuary originally had skulls lying around, and I think the Skull of Therion is a much cooler looking skull. Mind you, so does Lair, but nah. And then, as I said before, Lair is something that's completely unique as well, where Lair is going to be anything that would sort of change your character's sort of moral character. So something that can, let's say, give your character God mode. That would be there. Kind of thing. Or something that would make your character more evil than usual. Like, that's what that area is going to be for. Like, it's made to sort of change something. And one of the things that I was planning on doing was having that area be like, obviously, like, I was gonna add some things to make it look more evil and stuff like that, and have it having cool little, like, things here and there, which I thought was gonna be a really good fit. Same idea with, so anything that's evil looking or evil adjacent, pretty much. And then the scripts or the abilities that area are going to do are going to be more so morally compromising. So something that would affect your overall things. So one of the things that I was going to move to the lair was going to be something that gives your character vampirism. Since that's often like a moral decision. Do you want to be a vampire? Well, you get to live forever, but nobody likes you. So it's like, is that something that you're going to be wanting? So that's why I'm going to move the vampirism there, because, well, the lair was originally a vampire area, right? So it fits the I don't want to say the aesthetic, but it fits the area better to have that to have that stashed in there. And I'm trying to think of everything else too. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else that I need to mention. I don't think there's anything else I need to mention about the lair, except for that I think I'll talk about the other thing when it's the last one. So the cove, or technically what I'm calling the hideout, is going to be for where you want to stash your valuables, or for rare objects that you've collected during your journey. So let's say if we were just going through what do you call it? Like, let's say we just went through Knights of the Nine Revelations, and we picked up the original True Flame, and we want to store it somewhere. Well, there would be two locations. There would be the bottled ship that's in the the main house or the cove, because, well, that's exactly like the hideout, because that's exactly what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to hide things, right? And not to mention, though, that the hideout actually makes sense, too. The hideout itself is going to be where I stash things that I don't really necessarily, like, want in open view, but I do want it to be still accessible, but it's like I want it from away from the public view kind of situation. That's what the hideout is going to be for. And for, what's the other thing, too? I did beat Whitney, though. Yay. Hey, did I heal by chance? No, I didn't. So I should probably go do that. And then again, though, like, each and every location, I want to have its own unique thing. And then for all of the locations, they're all going to share one script that I know of off the top of my head. And that is the bank scripts, though, like, no matter where you are on the island, pretty much, you'll always be able to access your money. So you don't have to go from, like, let's say the lair and go, oh, I need that 500 gold. And it's like, oh, I gotta go all the way back to the main lodge and then come all the way back. It's like, no, you can access it from the lair itself. So I think that that would be an amazing idea, because not only does that mean that, well, you get access to your money no matter where you're located, but you also get access to, but it also means, though, that the bank gets, I don't want to say more used, but the bank gets, like, sort of, like, extra usage. Instead of just being in the main house, being a tiny little statue that governs all your money, it's like, okay. Actually, I don't even know how many Pokeballs I have. How many Pokeballs do I have by chance? 10. It's doable. Yeah, I can try. I don't think it's gonna happen, though. Try bite. Shouldn't take it out. Yeah. I'm gonna try bite again. There you go. That should be good. I'm just gonna speed it up. Yeah, so when lair is done, that's going to be good. So another thing that I've also done is that I moved some of the DLC objects so that I would have it in my mod as well. Just so that way, though, like, not only would I have it, but that I could use it if I really wanted to. So one of the objects that I moved that I could use for something else is the Ichor of Sithis, I think, which is from the Lair DLC, the Vile Lair DLC. And the reason why I moved it was because one of the scripts of the original Vile Lair requires that object. So rather than just changing the script so though it works without it, I would rather just want to have it work with it, if that makes sense. The only difference is that I think I just have to change the name of the object. so that it fits my mod instead of what the original DLC says. And same thing with a lot of the other stuff too. And then eventually later on I'll have to, I'll make everything stand alone, so that way though at the very least I'll be able to actually go and use said objects rather than just keeping them to myself kind of situation. So right now they're all in their vanilla form and all that stuff. So eventually I'll have to change them all into AXMs, so that they work without the vanilla. So if something happens, so if you change your vanilla textures, let's say, it's not going to affect the lodge in any way, shape, or form. So that's kind of like what I'm trying to do. So though my mod doesn't affect any others. Which is weird because when I was playing one mod, it didn't like my mod at all. So I tried many different ways of getting it to work. I tried everything but uninstalling it at first. I got rid of anything that would be turned on that would be affecting it, and then nothing would work. And I was really, really confused of what was going on. And then, you know, and then what I did is that Cool. Cool. Come on. Should probably store the pseudo widow first. So, so far everything in my party has a purpose. One's for cut and one's for fly. Anyway. Is there anything else? As well. Oh yeah, back to that mod. So like, I thought that one of the major problems was Soul Link, because Soul Link is constantly checking for the armor to be activated. So I thought that maybe that was interfering with one of their scripts. So what I did is that I got rid of Soul Link off of the character in order to see if that would actually fix it. It didn't. So I was like, well, that's not a good sign. So I tried something else, and I kept trying to figure out what was going on, and nothing. So I did the one thing that I thought would actually end up working. Uninstalling my mod. And I was like, this is going to cause a whole heap of trouble. But you know what? I'm going to try it anyway. And lo and behold, it works. And I was just like, what? Like, that's weird. So I asked one of the people that helped me with my mod, and I was like, can we figure out what's going on here? Because I'm confused. I'm trying to figure out exactly what's going on here that's breaking. And they're like, oh, it's this. This is what's breaking. And we found the fix for it. It's like, oh my god, it actually works. And I was very, very happy. So now I can play that mod with my mod now. Because I was able to try it, and then it works instantaneously. It's like, wow, that's weird. But I don't understand what broke, though. But who cares? It's now works, so that's amazing. And the reason why I'm not talking about StarCraft is because there's nothing really new about StarCraft. Like, it's still a series. We're still doing stuff for it. We're doing a lot of stuff with Arcanix. And yeah, and then the next time, all of the storage will be put away. And I literally mean it. All of the storage is going to be put away. So that way, though, by the time that we get towards the... So that when we go into the next session and go through it, the only thing we have to do is just set up all the doors. That's it. That's all we have to do. Just build up the doors. and teleport locations. That's it. That's all we have to do. And because I completely underestimated how long it was going to take for me to sort a few things on screen, I thought it was going to take like maybe like a few minutes maybe, but it took longer than that. And we were only like halfway done, I think. So it's like, and even during that like you might be like, oh, halfway's nothing, like you should have just finished it. It's like, that's halfway with like just the containers themselves. That's not halfway putting everything away. Because there was some of the things that needed to go into other sections. So instead of having like to run all the way up there, I chose to just not do that and just store it into an area in which that I would remember that like I would need to run up there later on. And again, same idea though. Like instead of me running around, I was doing that, and then I found a bug, which was very sad. But hey. Well, I say bug, but the game didn't save what I was supposed to do, so I think that's what happened. But anyway, yeah, like, that's pretty much what's going on with StarCraft. Like, nothing really too much to talk about for the most part. I'm trying to think of everything else, too. Let's see here, yeah, I don't think there's anything else I really need to talk about for those two games other than, yeah. And then obviously I have planned to record Pokemon Scarlet, hopefully, and maybe have it uploaded before we have to go do the DLC. Because I have a feeling that if I wait till, let's say, after this session and then do it, it'll probably be like the release date of it. So I'll probably have this on hold. I think introducing it this late might not be a good idea. But yeah, I might have it on hold for a little bit. Do the, upload the Pokemon Scarlet stuff that I want to. And then after that, we'll do whatever we need to. Because I just want to show, like, what I've done so far and, like... And, like, what the whole plan is and what we're going to be throwing into the new DLC. So I'm hoping that it's, like... Okay, so first of all, I'm hoping that all of the trainers are going to be not exactly... Okay, hello. Well, I have NJ, so, yeah. Cool. You're lower level than you should be. I think this area is just cheating. Anyway. Oh, it's just Rock Smash. Great. There he is. That's who I was looking for. Alright. So yeah, so like for Scarlet, it's mostly just gearing up for the DLC, I think. I don't think there's anything else, to be fair. I've done all of the 7-star raids, so... Or up until now, so it's not like we're missing a Pokemon or anything like that. I still have to get off my butt and actually get those legendaries onto my game. I've just been way too... I don't want to say busy, but I've just been way too distracted to go and do it. And by the time that I even think of it, like, nothing. because I keep trying to think of it, and then like by the time that like, or I keep trying to find time for it, and then by the time I do, it's like, oh my god, but there's something else I have to do. Then there's something else, and then there's something else, and then I'm like, you know what, I might as well go do that. And then it's like, okay, well now there's no time for it anymore. Like, even though it's not going to take long, I think it's going to take like maybe 10, 20 minutes. That's still 10, 20 minutes to spend on something else, right? So it's like, do I want to put time on that, or do I want to put time on something else? So, yeah. I want to find out what Entei can learn. There we go. What's your next move? Ooh! Get Fire Spin. That's not too bad. I don't like the accuracy, though, but it's actually pretty cool. Bite. Seriously? It's a 3-hit KO? That's dumb. Come on, not even a crit? I would have left to use the item. That means I can use an item, which would be amazing. You're faster? How? How are you faster? Okay, well. We're losing again. I hate this. Oh, good. You broke out of confusion. Nice. Wait, we're speed tied? Oh. I was trying to roar it so I didn't have to worry about the confusion for the next Pokemon. But since it broke out very quickly. Oh, this is a mistake. I have Ember. Boom. Yeah, I'm trying to see what it can learn that would be very helpful for us. And there's not a lot of moves. Hello. Hey, we have you. No! No! Okay. Anyway. Even though this is, like, new dialogue, I'm still not going to, like, I'm not gonna read it because, like, it's just crystal dialogue, and this game doesn't really do much in terms of changes. Huh. Just looks weird with him being colored green. I don't know what it is, but anyway. Anyway. Why is it not doing what I want it to do? There we go. Alright. There we go. Yeah, so I think we'll face this yeah, I'm only gonna be able to do 6 videos today. I'm sorry. I literally have like very little energy, unfortunately. Which technically I shouldn't even be recording now, just so I can have my energy. Like, I should be recording when I have better energy kind of thing, but I didn't want to, I don't want to have like nothing to sort of show for anything, so that's exactly why I wanted to at least do something at least today. At least get some videos up, so that at the very least, like, you know, hey, there's something going. But next time we'll definitely do 8, just to make up for the fact that, well, the first session wasn't 8 videos. Just because right now it's not that I don't have enough time, it's just that, like, I just don't have the energy to go and record for that long. Like, I just want to do, like, 6 videos, call it a day kind of situation. And mostly just to give myself more time for all the other stuff to be finished. Like, just getting, like, my mod to 2 new locations to be fully done, just so I could say, it's over. Even though I'll probably never get that place done in time that I want to. But hey, I definitely won't get it standalone in time for what I want, but that's fine. That's not really that big. Well, I shouldn't say it's not really that big of a deal. It is, but it isn't that big of a deal for me, if that makes sense. So, like, the storages won't be AXM in time for, like, let's say, the next video kind of situation. Which is completely fine in my standards, because at the very least, as long as, like, the area is fully accessible and stuff like that, that's fine. The AXM and then the standalone part are, mind you, they are 2 of the same things, but they're not as important, if that makes sense. Because the only thing that I can think of is that the only thing that's, well, again, the only thing that's more important than anything for that is that I'm trying to, like, the only reason why I make it standalone is though like, there's no way that my mod can interfere with another mod. Or, you know, interfere with the base game itself. It's separate. It's one of the reasons why I think if you see one of the earlier versions of my mod, you would see, though, that I put something in the anvil area. Now, what happens if you have a mod that changes the anvil area? Well, now that object now becomes a liability. Because either that area doesn't get changed, in which case, whoof, that's good. But if it does get changed, now it's like, oh man, how badly does it change that area? And again, it stresses you out. And that's not really what I want. I'm hoping we get to level 31 before, just so we can get that new move. Because I doubt I'm going to use Raikou that much to get that move. What is his move? Ooh, his move's a lot better. I mean, I was kind of hoping we would get Raikou at first, because Raikou is actually really good. But yeah, that didn't really pan out as much as I wanted it to. Shame. It didn't happen the way that I wanted it to, but that's fine. Yeah, so after we're done with this this gym, I'll try and get, like, if Entei doesn't, like, if Entei doesn't actually become level 31, I'll definitely get it to level 31 for the end of the session, hopefully. Like, either we're going to be very, very close at the end or something else. Oh. Just need Bite to have full power points. Then let's run to the gym. Yeah, so, so I just want to mostly just finish off the Oblivion mod. I just want to say it's done and over with. Which is funny, though, because, like, I keep saying that, but then it's like, yeah, I think it's good for, like, it's perfect for now. There's nothing I really need to do. And then, like, next week, I come up with a new idea that actually, like, you know, means that I have to spend even more time on making the mod even more impressive than it actually already is. Which is, like, it's just complete hell each and every time. But anyway, it's fine. I have a question. Okay. I just gotta do something real quick. You need to go over here because that's where you belong. Sorry, I'm moving the upload page to somewhere else just so I can have it there. As soon as that's where I like it. It helps with uploading, anyway. Or it helps keep it away from my normal vision. Yeah, this gym should be not that difficult, to be fair. Entree, having Bite, should be easy peasy. Now, the thing is that, do I want the Reiku to have the same EVs or not? Because that's the big picture too here, is that do I want it to have the same EVs or do I want it to collect its own EVs, if that makes sense? Yeah, again, this was not really that big of a... This wasn't that difficult of a gym. Just bite everything down. The only thing that was very scary was the fact that the Gengar actually survived one shot, and I was like, ugh. That's a bit risky. There you go. We got the 4th gym. Well, the 4th gym badge. Or maybe we make the Raikou or like higher level. Like, I don't mean like too high of a level, but like I mean like, let's say instead of like 31 or something like that, we go make it like 35 or something like that. So that we keep using Entei, and then if we need to use like Raikou, it's like it's not that over leveled. It's just more leveled than what we would normally have. I'm just basing these just for the experience, to be fair. Anyway. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I want, is I just want to get my mod done as much as possible, get those areas done. And then technically, I won't need to add any new locations for at least a really long time, because again, between the lair and the hideout, that's a lot of space that needs to be used. See, the thing is that for the lodge, the interior was already pretty pretty claustrophobic. So like you could barely put anything in there. That's why the bank and a whole bunch of other things are on that little tiny shelf, and I had to put a shelf there just so I could actually, you know, put stuff there. It's a lot better than Roar. To be fair, it's a lot better than Roar. Now that we're level 31, we're good to go. But I'm just going to keep fighting trainers, though. But yeah, but between the lair and the what's it called, the hideout, yeah, we should definitely have more than enough area that we can put like every stashable object kind of thing in there. Because there's no way I'm gonna be able to fill it all with all the stuff that I want. And another thing that all of them are gonna share before I forget is that they're all gonna share that mod wall that's in the basement of the lodge. So that cupboard that actually has like one, like an objective from each and every location, yeah, it's gonna have something from each and every mod that we've ever done on there too. The only thing is that for some of the mods, some of the locations won't have a lot of the items. I think Evelyn has that armor statue, which unfortunately I won't be able to put it on there. Actually, technically I could, but it's just more so like how much do I want to actually do it? Because I could put it like it's like a tiny like figurine kind of situation, but then again it's like it's just laziness right then and there. It's like, oh, I want to have this in here. Well, we'll just make it very short. And same thing with the painting from Haunted House. Or no, sorry, not Haunted House. It's the... Oh no, wait, I think I do have something... I do have a painting from Haunted House. I think I have a painting from Haunted House and from Shroud over Staller's Manor. But then I don't need the one from Manor, though. So yeah, maybe it is the Haunted House. Again, like, I don't know where to put that. Like, I could put it on the wall close by. So, though it's there. And then same idea with the Heart of the Dead stone wall, pushable thing. Same idea. Like, how do you want to judge that, too? And I'm trying to think of everything else, too. Yeah, I think that's it. I think I have a cool idea for the bank of each and every area, but I just gotta make sure that it works out to my advantage. The only one that I don't really have an idea of is in Sanctuary. Oh! Also, the bottle ship, or ship in a bottle, however you want to call it. I had several ideas of what I wanted to do with that. I thought it would be kind of cute to have it more into the lair, because it's going to have it was going to have like maybe the miniature Frostcrag Spire and the Battlehorn Castle, but it was definitely going to have a miniature version of the Anvil Castle, because I thought that would be a better idea. Now, the thing for the Battlehorn Castle, the thing for the Anvil Castle was that that's already planned. So it's going to take a lot of work on my part to get it to work the way that I want it to. But for the battleship, I thought that would be a more appropriate location to be there, considering the fact that it would be much easier to do. Now, there's only one problem with this. And that is that how doors work in the construction set. They don't like being moved from their cell, or being deleted from their cell if they're already in use. They don't like it. And plus, if I were to move the bottle ship from where it is right now, which is in the main lodge, to a different location, that shelf that the Eternal Darkness chest is there for, I will feel obligated to get rid of it. Now, even though there is sort of something on that shelf, it doesn't matter. The reason why the Eternal Darkness is there is just to help occupy the shelf. But if the main object that shelf is there for is gone, then obviously, well, that support that's there doesn't really need to be there anymore. So there's that too. But the one thing I've actually been thinking of doing is actually switching the position of both of the items. So having the battleship more closer to the back of the shelf, and then having the Eternal Darkness be closer to the beginning of the shelf. So that you can access the book far faster than having to go around and then collecting it, then running all the way back. They're annoying. Alright. But yeah, but that's pretty much it. Yeah, so like, those are the kind of things that I'm thinking of doing too. Obviously, some things are going to be moved, like, I don't know if I want to make it a feature of the lodge and of the lair, but one thing I was thinking of was moving the Dark King's pedestal to the lair, because it makes more sense, because it's the evil location, so it should obviously store the armor, if that makes sense. But see, I like it in the lodge too, because because in the main area it shows you if the armor's called or not. I don't know. It's just something I'm thinking about. Anyway, that's gonna be it. That's gonna be it for this time. We beat the 4 gyms. That means that next time we will have a Reiku. Because that's exactly what we planned. And then at 8 gym badges, we will have Suicune. So yeah. So I'll see you guys next time for some more Pokemon Crystal.